good afternoon and welcome to Foundation Forum 2021. I'm Paul McDonnell, Executive Director of Global Digital Foundation. It is the first significant encounter within what we intend to be a developing assurance framework, an enduring project, a project to bring together legislators, regulators and innovators in order to prepare for a common regulatory cybersecurity and privacy standard within the AI supply chain. For more and continuing information about this initiative, see foundationforum.eu, and for information about Global Digital Foundation, see globaldigitalfoundation.org.
We can use the existing instruments and put them in context with the AI regulation. I'm not in favor of inventing new structures, but rather making them work.
However, I do think that some of them do still need an update, because having a regulation that's not up to date with the current development in terms of like the technological advancement, it doesn't make it practically usable. AI is gonna be the key technology of the future. So therefore we should be very careful in how we integrate that into what we have as a basic ground so far.
First of all, AI applied to cybersecurity is a double-edged sword. From one side, AI can enhance cybersecurity, but from the other side is both security and ethical concern.
The AIA seems to be a clear plenary for horizontal AI standards. The whole supply chain of the AI systems.
So the challenge for Europe is how to operationalize the principles of the white paper and this act across the diversity of AI technologies, domains of application and deployment scenarios.
I think to create a legally secure environment for data federation or federation of infrastructure, I think is very important. This comes actually from a time where AI and data, the data economy, focus on the consumer and on the end customer, whereas now we're looking at industrial data. So often it's non-person related data.
Well, definitely not all the SMEs have enough, let's say, technical capability to manage data, either technical or personal. At the same time, the situation is changing and improving with the opportunities that SMEs have to use virtualized environment and services.
Standardization is quite often a post hoc, ad hoc, de facto exercise.
The evolution of the technology can be supported by engaging early with standardization. It gives you that interoperability at a global scale.
An important aspect on this is actually to learn from best practices, putting that body of knowledge together, what good data governance looks like, what technology, what processes, what standardization, how we can combine that to make really the value out of that data and to make that data ecosystem in that trustworthy, responsible world possible.
If you have the standards that are adapted to the new technologies really and applicable to the new technologies, then they will help this research and innovation. On the other hand, they will help also the market, because if you have requirements and this the mapping between the regulation and the technical requirements and the technical organizational requirements that are explained in standards, and then you have a proper certification framework as well for that, then you ensure that the market side will receive these innovative products or the new product services that are given will receive trustworthy solutions.
A lot is happening, a lot is being talked about, but now is the time to turn those words into action. The market's already leading the way. They should play a more proactive role, I heard Bojana say. We also have to get SMEs in particular to adopt these new technologies and also participate in the policy-making initiatives and the dialogue around it.
So I think I have a great deal of sympathy for SMEs, because often they are the lifeblood of a country's economic prosperity and therefore European prosperity. And I think we should be removing the regulatory burden from these.
But it's a framework that makes that compliance easier and cheaper for SMEs and third parties and large companies in that supply chain.
There's a lot happening, and there are a lot of good discussions. And I just wonder, how do we bring all these discussions together, and how do we actually make them heard by the European Commission, the Parliament, the Council? Because really, it seems to me a lot is happening.